So on this episode of me attempting stuff, I am probably going to start calling it like Nisha's niche. Thanks to like these comments in the last video, because it's a lot catchier than Nisha attempts. I guess this series is kind of like finding my niche, so it does work. So for this episode, I'm going to be painting using alcohol inks. And for anyone who doesn't really know anything about alcohol inks, I'll show examples of what sorts of paintings you can do. And I saw these like a year ago and I was like, oh, I want to do that. And I really like these sorts of patterns. I think it's a very niche sort of painting. And I mean niche as in me, not niche. But as always, I put off doing it. I got around to doing it this week, so I'll insert my progress. So I brought the recommended products to use for this, including the alcohol blending solution, these like air blower pipette things, Yupo paper, which was smaller than I was anticipating, and then the Pinata colour collection, also called the Exciter pack. Like, what's that? What does that mean? So I started with picking out 4 of my favourite colours from that pack. Basically, it's like blue, purple, green and pink. I was very anxious to get started because when you try something new, you're kind of scared to start because you just don't know how it's going to go. So yeah, I was a little bit scared, I guess. I can't think of a better word. I realised the air blower pipette, whatever it is, was shite. So I had to resort to using my own breath. I think it was at this moment I was just like, oh my god, it's working! Kind of looks like some sort of tree, don't you think? Some sort of tree. Like watching it back now, I can kind of see different shapes that start to form. I think one of the main things I realised from doing this is I put way too much ink on. Like, this is a small piece of paper and I probably only needed like 1, maybe 2 drops. And I need to use more blending solution. So after I did this painting, I went back and watched a few tutorials on like techniques, how to use this alcohol ink, and someone I watched, she didn't use much ink at all, and she was mainly using a lot of the blending solution and just using air. I'm loving it, I'm loving it at that point. The colours are just perfect. Trying the pipette for a 3rd time. Nope. It was at this point I realised that I could probably use my hairdryer. I was having to stop every few minutes because I was getting lightheaded. So, stuck everything down with sellotape and got the hairdryer out. Yeah, I wasn't happy with how the hairdryer was making it look. Like, to be fair, I didn't try it that much. I didn't stick with it very long because I didn't like the lack of control that I had, and I wasn't keen on how it was making the paint look. I mean, in hindsight, again, it looks fine. This is the sort of painting where you can literally do anything and it looks fine. There I'm trying the pipette again. Why am I still trying it? Honestly, despite the fact that there's probably too much ink on there, I'm actually really loving it. I think at this point I was trying to fill in gaps. Uh-oh. This is where it gets messy. And I realise I'm going to get a lot of paint on my hands, so I then opt for the only gloves that I have. Oh, a snail! We'll call him Pinocchio. Looks a bit weird now. This is where I noticed I've got gloves stuck in the paint, so I decided they were more hassle than they were worth. So I abandoned them. Oh, and this is what it looks like. There's a purple skull, like from the side. I thought it was pretty cool. Oh yeah, it was getting to a point where it was really hard to kind of dilute the ink as well. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. So what do? I decided to add more ink. Although this time I opted to go for yellow, hoping it would contrast nicely with the dark background. Now I whipped out the gold. So I thought surely the gold will make a difference. To be fair, I quite like the interesting shapes that they made. So I'm also one of those people that I don't know when to stop. Like, I just keep adding more paint. Stop, Nisha, please. Stop adding more paint. It looks fine. Yes, I actually finished. So this is the final piece. Despite, you know, stuff that didn't go quite to plan, I quite like it. I think it looks quite like jellyfish in a galaxy or something. So the video's not over yet. I decided to buy some more things to do hopefully better painting. Bought some disposable gloves, an actual air puffer that works, and bigger Yupo paper. And I had another go. As always, thank you to everyone who watches these videos and everyone who supports us on Patreon. If you want to support us on Patreon, there is a link below. Without the support of the patrons, we wouldn't be able to do this sort of content, so I'm very grateful. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I invite all feedback and hopefully see you in the next one.